Tonight on the WDW Fan Zone show, we've got the latest Walt Disney World news. We've also got Darlene with a DVC event, and I'm going to talk to you about my non-Disney cruise and what you can expect when you go on a different cruise line and what you get when you go on a Disney cruise line. All that and more on tonight's WDW Fan Zone show. I am Stuart. I'm joined by Jess and Darlene. Hello, Jess. Are you ready to take it away with the news?
Oh, of course.
And Darlene, you're ready for your DVC event news?
Yes, I am very
Good.
ready and waiting.
All right, let's start it off with Jess. Take it away.
Hey there, folks. Here's the news for the next couple days or from the last 2 weeks or so. All right, so the Hatbox Ghost has finally made its way to Haunted Mansion in the Magic Kingdom. I've been talking about this for months, and here we are finally. I heard it's toward the beginning, so look for it toward the beginning of the ride. Kali River Rapids in Animal Kingdom will be temporarily closed for refurbishment starting on January 8th. There is no end date, but the last few times it's closed in January, it has not stayed closed for very long. Annual pass holders are eligible to get a free gift at the Creation Shop in Epcot until tomorrow, Tuesday, December 19th. It is a complimentary Wish mini poster, which is in theaters right now. The Communicore Hall and Plaza in Epcot has delayed its opening to sometime in 2024. There has been no date that has been announced. The Epcot International Flower and Garden opening date has been announced for February 28, 2024. And there has been a baby elephant born at Disney Animal Kingdom, 218 pounds, and she was born to an elephant that was also born at Animal Kingdom in 2005. So this is the first second generation baby to be born in Disney's Animal Kingdom. So exciting for that. I'm going on to food news now. I just got one little thing for you though, but the bag of coal is now available at Gideon's Bakehouse. This is a 6-pack of Gideon's chocolate chip cookie bites dipped in dark chocolate and a sprinkling of coal dust or black sugar. They come in a black velvet drawstring pouch with "You've Been Naughty" embroidered on the bag. They're only available until Christmas Eve, and there's a limit of 2 bags per person. Here's some Disney Plus and Disney movie news. Soul, Turning Red, and Luca will be released in theaters in 2024. Because of COVID-19, they did not get a theater release, so they will get their release dates on January 12th for Soul, February 9th for Turning Red, and March 22nd for Luca. And stay tuned for those, or can't wait for you to see those in the theaters. Disney Plus and Hulu have officially merged. And if you are a bundle subscriber, you've already seen this change. If you click on a Hulu title, you will be brought to a Hulu hub available right in the app without having to switch back and forth between Hulu and Disney. The official launch is in March. A new Black Panther series entitled Eyes of Wakanda was teased for Disney Plus. Throughout Wakandan history, brave warriors have been tasked to travel the world retrieving dangerous vibranium artifacts. This is their story. And we shall see what this show has in store. Also announced were X-Men 97 and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. These are series that were talked about at a Marvel event highlighting features about these upcoming series. All right, that is it for the news. I'm going on to park hours. I will only do park hours for the next few days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, because we are going to do another show, hopefully this Thursday. Tuesday, December 19th, Magic Kingdom is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. with a Christmas party from 7 to 12. On Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. with a Christmas party from 7 to 12. Epcot is 9 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. And remember, the new Luminous show is at 9:30. 3 different park hours for Hollywood Studios: 8:30 to 9 tomorrow, Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Wednesday, and Thursday 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Animal Kingdom, Tuesday 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Wednesday 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Thursday 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Typhoon Lagoon is closed, and Blizzard Beach is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Boardwalk 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Disney Springs 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. And for the weather, tomorrow, Tuesday, will be the chilliest day, high of 57, low of 58. But Wednesday and Thursday will be highs in the high 60s and lows in the mid 50s. And sunny all 3 days, so bring your sunscreen. Even though it is chilly, you still should wear sunscreen. And that is all I have for today.
All right, great. Thank you, Jeff.
All right.
Wonderful news as always.
And I will see you so
Yep.
soon.
See you later in the week.
Bye-bye.
All right. So Darlene,
Yes.
tell us about your DVC event.
So I was invited by friends of mine, Beth, and it was on December 13th, which was last week, Wednesday. It was a Moonlight Magic for Disney Vacation Club members. If you don't know what those are special evenings that you basically call in, you're in a lottery, and if your number gets picked, you can get tickets for that night. If you're staying on property, you get first choice. We weren't staying on property, so we got last choice. So I tried getting in. I could not get in, but my friend was very nice enough. She always thinks of me, and she took me. So that was nice. It was from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. We were there from 6, because you can get in early. So we got there at 6. They started serving things at, I think it was 7, and they were open until most of the places were open between till 10, 10:30, or 11.
Nice.
The certain attractions that you got to ride were It's Tough to Be a Bug, Nave Journey, Avatar Flight of Passage, Cali River Rapids, Expedition Everest, Triceratops Spin, Dinosaur, and then they had Fossil Games. Cali River Rapids, I believe it was closed because of the weather. It was very chilly. And that's even saying tomorrow, I think our high is like 59. So
Yeah.
I think Blizzard Beach will most likely be closed tomorrow.
Except for the polar bears.
No, right. Exactly. Restaurants that you could get. Now you got 3 food vouchers. And you could get a food or drink on those. Now I used mine at, I'm looking for it, Tamu,
Mhm.
and I got the orange Dole Whip. It was,
You say orange like my daughter does. Orange. It's orange. My daughter said it the same way. That's her Jersey accent.
oh, good golly, that's funny. But I really wanted to try this float, and this float, it was very good. It was definitely something I would
Mhm.
probably get again. But I was freezing after that because it was cold that night. So they had Restaurantosaurus, Flame Tree Barbecue, Mr. Carmel's, Thirsty River Bar. Then they had Satuli Canteen, one of Stuart's favorite places.
Mhm.
Pangu, Ace Mobile Treats, Island Java, The Feeding Ground, Mahandali, Mahandali, the Tamu, Harambe Markets, Warrung Outpost, Drinkwalla, hosted by Coca-Cola, Adaforia Ice Cream Truck, snacks, corn and carnivores, trilobites, and ice cream carts throughout the park. Now, the ice cream carts were basically free. You were getting the Mickey premium bars and strawberry fruit bars.
Hmm.
Creature Comforts also had stuff, and Theater in the Wild ice cream in Dino Land. Entertainment. The entertainment was from 8 to 10:30. We had Divine, Moana, Friends of a Bug's Life, Turk, Friends of Tarzan, Chip and Dale as the Rescue Rangers, Goofy and Friends from DuckTales. And then there was a DJ dance party in Dino Land, USA. And there was the Merry Menengers at Discovery Island stage from 8 to 11. Now, we wanted to see It's a Bug Life because we've heard the rumors that they're going to close and revamp it to Zootopia.
Mhm.
So we stood and waited for the characters to come out. So we had those that we seen, and then we went and seen Darkwing Duck from the DuckTales.
Hmm.
We've already seen Turk and Tarzan in that, so we figured we didn't need to stay and see them. And we went to see Moana. Goofy and Friends. We didn't see Goofy. Chip and Dale, we did not go that way, so we didn't see them. But we did check out the Merry Menageries, the little puppets. So
Mm.
we seen them. The other treats that we got were I got a cupcake. It was gingerbread. It was very sweet. And then we got I got a pretzel. So they were definitely, they were decent snacks for that night. The Chesters and Hesters lines were very, very long for the games. So we gifted our tickets that came with our stuff to another family that had 4 kids.
Mhm.
So I thought that was nice. Make a note if you want anything from these DVC events. I don't know if they're all going to be like this because I could have swore when we've gone before there was stores open with merchandise. There was no stores open with merchandise. You had to buy it online.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
Tricky.
that was. Now, it was a little difficult. We did have to wait a long time for It's a Bug Life characters to come out. So I don't know
Mhm.
what happened. But they were very nice. We got to see 3 different characters. So I thought that was
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to trying to go again. I really wish they would open it up a little bit better for, annual pass holders and stuff that live
Well,
in the area, but I get it.
as a DVC member, you should be able to have, or you should not be able to, you should have an opportunity to get it down the road as well.
Right. And
Um,
we, we were like 2,400 and we never moved.
wow. Wow.
Never moved. So
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't know
local
if
draw.
it was just jammed or what,
Yeah. It could be, when you logged on, it's just luck
Yeah,
sometimes.
right. I think we were out of the park by around like 10 o'clock.
So you beat the crowd leaving.
Well, yeah, it was because it closed at 11
Mm,
anyways.
right.
So Yeah, there was quite a few people that were
Mhm.
going.
Not bad.
So,
Yeah.
but it was definitely a nice evening.
Good. Good. Sounds
So,
like you had a lot of fun.
yeah, it was.
Now I'm not sure because I don't know, but is it possible that it's menagerie puppets?
Yes,
I'm not
menagerie.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't know. It's just a
it might
guess on
be.
my part.
I was having a hard time saying it that
Might be
night
right.
that Beth was saying it, and I was like, I couldn't get it, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Maritime puppeteers is what I call them.
all right. If somebody knows, let us know. We would
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I
All
mean,
right.
it was a lot of fun. I think I had a picture if you're watching. Here we are with Moana. Oops, wait.
All right. So if
There.
you're listening to us on Apple Podcast or another audio podcast stream service, you're not going to see what Darlene just
No.
pulled up. But if you watch us on YouTube, our shows are there. You can see it. And Darlene's holding up her pictures with the characters. Very nice.
Yeah, oh there it is.
Yeah.
So it was cool. We stood
Mhm.
there for quite a while. Oh, he walked right up to us too and showed us.
Nice.
So they were really, really good.
Mhm.
Um yeah, I had a really nice time. Darkwing Duck, I don't think I've ever seen in the park. So that was a first.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they brought out these other characters a little more often. Switching
Yeah.
out with some of maybe the main. I know everybody wants to see Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy, and Pluto.
Now
Let's
you
not
know how
switch them
afraid
up.
I am about bugs, right?
Did it bug you out?
Yeah, I was freaked out. I was a little freaked out. Oh, my Dole Whip.
Oh, now you've got me in the mood for a Dole Whip.
I know, right? And with the orange Fanta, it was really good.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
So, but yeah, that's it. I think, like I said, there is another one coming up, I think, in the springtime. So I'll
Mhm.
try again.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Hopefully, you'll get it, and you'll
Yeah,
have a great time again.
exactly.
All right. So I went on a non-Disney cruise. I went on Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas the week before we had the bad weather. So it was the beginning of December. Um, you can't. There are differences between a Disney cruise and a non-Disney cruise. Now, first, let me mention Royal Caribbean is very family oriented, as is Disney, but you don't have the Disney characters. They're the biggest differences I noted were in the shows that were put on in the theater. They have a production there, but it's cruise ship quality as opposed to Disney, which is more Broadway quality. It's not bad, but you've got to remember you're on a cruise ship, so you're not getting Broadway quality. But with Disney, you're paying a much higher price. Um, and the other differences are Royal Caribbean and most cruise lines, other than Disney, have drink packages. So you could get water, coffee, tea, and some, I guess, sugar, water, juices for free. You could upgrade to a soda package. Then there's a, they have another package. It's a middle level package. I'm not sure if it includes alcohol, but I don't know. It doesn't. It includes slushies, thick shakes, and premium coffees. Then they have their alcohol package. That's what I call it, the alcohol pack. That's not what they call it though. It's the deluxe drink package, um, which allows you an unspecified number of drinks per day. I think it's unlimited. Of course, if a bartender sees you wasted, they're not going to serve you. So, but we didn't see anybody drunk on the ship at all at any time. And I know people who got the drink package were very happy with it. We got the soda package. We were happy with that. Um, I probably got my money's worth in the first day. The soda for the whole week for the soda package. So that's some of the differences. Now, the food quality on a Disney ship is excellent, and it's hard to beat that. And Royal Caribbean does not beat that, but the food is very good. Um, they had I'm trying to think of some of the desserts were good. It's more of a simpler menu. They had a mushroom risotto one night, which was outstanding, and I recommend that to anybody going on one of Royal Caribbean's cruises if it's on the menu. They had New York strip steak, they had salmon dish. There was a wide variety, but it's not as extravagant as Disney. But like I said, it's very good. Now, some of the differences that I saw with things you can do on the ship. They have miniature golf on the ship on Royal Caribbean. You don't get that on a Disney ship. They have their tube, whatever you call, like Aqueduct, their own version of it, which is very good for those who tried it. They have a flow rider, which they put you on a surfboard and you can see how long you can stand up. It's funny watching people do that as well. That was interesting. A lot of trivia. Where I know on a Disney ship you're going to have Disney trivia. Here it's general trivia for the most part. A lot of games. It seemed like that more audience participation activities in the bars and nightclubs than Disney does. Now, the last Disney cruise I took was a couple of years ago. So I don't know if that's changed as we get further away from 2020 and what went on then. I don't want to mention by name because I don't want this to take forever to upload. So, that was another difference. There's an ice skating rink on the Mariner this season. I think they have it on some other Royal Caribbean ships too, which the show is phenomenal.
So there were performers performing, or
Yes,
did you
there's
get to
also
ice skate?
You can go ice skating. They did have certain times to go ice skating. But there were performers there, and the show was phenomenal. It was a great show. Would Disney do it better? Something like that? Yeah, because look at the Broadway type shows they put on in their theater. So I think the answer would be yes, but you're getting a lot for your money on Royal Caribbean. It's a fraction of the price that you would spend on a Disney cruise. The food is good enough. It's not, like I said, it's not Disney food, but it's good food. The one thing, there were no disappointments on there. The one thing I would say, if you had to pin me down and say, what's the one thing I would complain about? And I wouldn't call it a complaint. I think they need more seating for their buffet. Their buffet is
Oh,
Windjammer, Disney's is Cabanas. There's no outside seating. So it can get crowded there at times. And you kind of not fight for a table, but you have to like really scrounge around for a table at times if you go during busy times, which is lunchtime, breakfast. That was the only thing I could say. Not disappointed because I knew to expect that from seeing videos on the cruise ship. But it's the one thing, if you had to really pin me down and say, what could you say that wasn't up to your expectation? Well, not expectations, something they can improve upon. I think they could improve upon the seating there by finding a way to bring some tables outside. And I think there are some tables there, but not enough. It's right near the pool. The soft ice cream that they serve on the ship, I think it's yogurt. I don't think it's the kind of stuff you would find in a buffet, not, a buffet, anywhere, not great. I didn't even try it on the ship, but I did try it on their island. Now, their private island, they have a water park there. They've got a pool there. We didn't go to the water park because that's a separate admission. But the private island itself, I like the aesthetics of it much better than Castaway Cay.
really?
Yeah. Yep. And there's a big pool there. It's just, I don't know the size, if it's bigger or smaller than Castaway Cay, but it just seemed to be easier to walk. It just flowed better. It just looked nicer. It looked like it was taken care of, and not that Disney doesn't take care of Castaway Cay. They do. Don't get me wrong. I just think what they did there was much nicer. They planted trees there and other plants, and you could tell it just looks beautiful. The food on the island, it's not the same as you would get on Castaway Cay. It's good. like I said, it's good. And there's some stations there that they don't have that type of food on Castaway Key, and I would say it's better in that respect. Like you can make your own taco. They pulled pork. I mean, they had a different variety than you would normally see on a Disney cruise to Castaway Key. But it was good. It was really good.
And that was included in your
Yep,
cruise?
all
Okay.
included. Now, the one stop we made, other than Coco Cay, that's their private island, was Cozumel. We took the trolley tour, and that was good. We got to see parts of the island that we probably should not have seen. Uh, but yeah, but it was a good tour. I would recommend it to people. And it all depends on your tour guide. We had a good tour guide. If you don't have a good tour guide, that will make or break the tour. Because I've heard people say, their tour wasn't as wonderful, but we had a good tour guide, so it was great. Uh,
Did you book it through Royal?
yes, we booked it directly through Royal. We actually got to see they had a show that just finished their run. So we got to see the new show. So we got to see the old show that just stopped and the new show, and I don't remember the names of them. And they were good, but like I said, you're not getting the same production style you would get on a Disney cruise. But they're good for what they are. So if you're comparing it to Disney, you're going to be disappointed. You have to go on this cruise or any cruise that's not Disney. That's all you've done, and that's all I've done in the past is Disney cruises. I tried my best not to compare it because they are very different. I enjoyed the fact that my time on the ship was occupied with things to do from the time I woke up until the time I went down or laid my head down to go to sleep. Never got bored. It was a lot of fun, a lot of things to do. We actually booked another cruise on Celebrity Cruise, which is owned by Royal Caribbean, for the springtime. So I can't wait to go on that. We're also going to Coco Cay and we're going to Key West.
Oh,
I've heard the
nice.
food on that ship is phenomenal, so I can't wait to try that out. There's not as
Oh, wow.
much to do in terms of there's no miniature golf on that ship, but I want a nice relaxing cruise too, so it'll be a nice change.
So
Um,
that's Celebrity. And which ship
yeah,
is that?
the Reflection I'll be going on. But this
Okay.
was the Mariner of the Seas on Royal Caribbean. I recommend Royal Caribbean to anybody who wants to go that would like to try something other than Disney or can't afford a Disney cruise. You could probably go on 2, maybe even 3 Royal Caribbean cruises. This was a 5-nighter, and it was a fraction of the cost you would pay on Disney. It was definitely worth the money, absolutely. And I think cruising is one of the most underrated forms of vacation anyone can take. And I hope nobody from a cruise line is listening to this because I don't want them to raise the prices. But I think the bang for your buck is better on a cruise than any other type of vacation. Think about it. You go to Walt Disney World, you're spending thousands of dollars for 5, 7 night stay, whatever it is. You go on a cruise, or well, I'll get to a cruise in a second. You go to a staycation someplace else where you're staying at a resort. Whether you have a car there or not, that's another expense. If you do, paying for your meals on a cruise, you get your transportation to the cruise as you would on any vacation. You're on the ship, your meals are paid, your room is there, you have entertainment. It's all inclusive. And you can't beat the prices on some of these cruises. Shop around. I recommend, we did it directly. You can do it directly. I recommend that if you have a travel agent that is cruise savvy, use them or find one that is if you can. It's for the amount we paid. I didn't feel it was worth troubling a travel agent for it. We got a good deal. We got a good deal on our next cruise too. Booking directly. You don't get onboard credits when you do that, and that's something you might get if you use a travel agent. And we always recommend Mass Fan Travel. So yeah, that would be who I would recommend if you're going to use a travel agent. But there are others out there that you're comfortable with. Feel free to use whoever you like. And that's basically it. It's Disney cruises are wonderful. It was nice to experience something that was not a Disney cruise. Very different experiences between the two. You can't compare the two experiences because they're different ships known for different things. It's If you go on a Disney cruise, you know what you're getting. There's no casino on a Disney cruise. There were, and I don't gamble, so I didn't even, use the. I didn't. I walked through the casino a couple of times, but didn't interest me. Um,
Yeah, I'm not either. So
yeah,
that's like a loss for them on me.
yeah. Dining is also different. You rotate dining rooms on a Disney cruise, where on Royal Caribbean, you've got your main dining room, and you can do it one of two ways. You assign the time, which is early or late dinner, or you can do what they call my time dining, where you can go whenever you want, but you kind of have to reserve a time and then wait in line for them to have a table free, and then they'll bring you in to dine. So
Oh,
it's whatever you're comfortable with. They try to make it. They try to make it. What's the word I'm looking for? Not accessible. They try to make it as accommodating as they can for all their guests. And oh yeah, there are a couple more things I do want to mention. If you're sitting around the pool or in the theater, the the wait staff there was right on top of things. If you wanted a drink, they were there. They weren't obnoxious and in your face. Do you want a drink? Do you want a drink? Do you want? But they were there. So if you needed to find a drink, you didn't have to get up and go to the bar. They were there to help you out. Whereas on a Disney cruise, the last couple we were on, it's hard to find somebody to get you a drink. You have to go to the bar, or you'll just sit there and wait and have nothing in your hand. So if you're looking to drink, they're much more accommodating on Royal Caribbean in terms of drinks for guests.
mm. Now, where were you allowed to get your sodas and stuff?
They had 2 soda machines in the Windjammer, which is their buffet. They had 2 in the Promenade. The Promenade is, I don't know how to explain this, but it's almost like a street where the shops are on both sides, and I'll put a picture up with the show so everybody will see that. Um, and we overlooked the promenade. We had a window view overlooking the promenade, which was great. And I would do that again. I would get the same room again if I could. We were midship, which was also good. There was a little turbulence, sorry. A little, what do you call that, with the water. It was just rocky one evening, but it wasn't bad. It was very windy outside. But if you were at the front of the ship or the back of the ship on a lower level, you could feel it a little bit, but you couldn't feel it in the middle of the ship. So if you're looking to book a room, I always say go midship, but I've been at the front of a ship, I've been at the back of the ship and not been affected by it either. So I feel bad for people who went last week and this past weekend there were a lot of cancellations, I forgot what cruise line. I think it was Carnival. They were supposed to go for Bahamas. They switched their itinerary to go to, I think it was Maine and Canada. That's a big difference.
That's a
So
huge
so
difference.
can you imagine? You pack, you've got bathing suits with you, shorts, short sleeve shirts, shorts, and you're told you're going to Canada, New England, or wherever they went. But that was leaving from, I think it was leaving from New York, that cruise.
Wow.
Yep.
Crazy.
So, it's, I would definitely recommend a cruise Disney. I would definitely recommend to people if they can afford it to go. If you can't afford it, you can't go wrong with Royal Caribbean. I don't know of any other cruise line at this point in time. I haven't been on any others. So I won't recommend something I haven't been on yet. I can't wait to try Celebrity, just because it's supposed to be like another step up from Royal Caribbean in terms of food quality, and it caters to, I don't want to say an older crowd, but it caters more towards adults than it does to children, but they do have children's clubs there. I'll find out and I'll let you guys know in the springtime after
Yeah,
cruise night.
definitely.
Yeah. But now I'll tell you, living down here, it makes it easier for me to say this. If you can only go on vacation once a year, and that one vacation is Disney, great, go for it. But if you could do a cruise, you might get more bang for your buck on a cruise. And I know they say 2024 is supposed to be the year of the vacation dupes. So, that might be the way to go. And it seems like a lot of cruises are selling out these days. So that's
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard.
yeah, and you're going on one.
March
Yeah.
For the Wish we're
Mhm.
going on. Disney
Yeah.
Wish.
Now,
I'm excited. Can't
yeah,
wait.
you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hear, I can't wait for you to go because I want to hear the differences on the Wish from the other ships you've been on. And if the end, that's I did want to mention some. They had I can't remember, God, I'm so bad with names. They had a comedian on and a juggler on the ship. The comedian was great,
Oh,
and the
good.
juggler was phenomenal too.
Nice.
And they performed in the theater rather than the bars. Like Disney will put the comedian in a bar late at night,
Mm-hmm.
do a family show in the theater. They did both in the theater. And
Wow.
they were excellent, excellent, excellent.
Good.
And I enjoyed them more than some of the entertainment that I have found on Disney ships, believe it or not. Like the comedians on the Disney ships are great, but it seemed like this comedian on the ship just took it up another notch. He's better than doing cruises. Then don't get me wrong, I'm glad he did the cruise, but I think he's someone who I could see performing on television more often than he probably does.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was really good, really good. He feeds off the audience, which was good to see.
Oh, wow. Good.
Yeah.
How was the shopping
Where in Cozumel or on the
on
ship?
the ship?
Very different from Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would run sales for certain things like towards the end of the cruise, which was a good time. Like if you were looking to buy T-shirts or sweatshirts or anything like that, wait till the next to last day of your cruise and the last day of your cruise. It seems they put things up for sale. Some are marked down 75%. We even saw. I got a T-shirt for $4.50.
Really?
With 3 T-shirts. Yep. One was $4.50.
Wow.
Yeah, Michelle got a sweatshirt for 20 that was usually I think 40 or 50.
Okay.
Good quality.
Good.
They've got a duty-free shop on the ship. This I don't understand. What's with the watches? It's like people were like going crazy for these watches.
I have no clue.
I
That was the same
don't get it.
thing. The jewelry was crazy
Yeah.
on the region.
Yeah, they had a jewelry store there. They had, I guess, a Bath and Body Works kind of store, not Bath and Body Works, but something like that, I think. Didn't pay too much attention to it. They had 2 bottles of tequila in the shapes of guitars that I wanted to get. They were 2 for $90, and I'm going like, I don't know. I'm wondering, do they sell it cheap? Because I don't drink really, but I would have displayed them. And going like, well, is this something that I could get cheaper on land? Well, guess what? They had it priced right because I've seen it advertised online between $40 and $50, and they had it 2 for $90. So
Oh, wow.
yeah. Or 1 bottle, I should say, between 40 and 50, and they had 2 for $90. So they had it priced right. So I know for next time. But yeah, it's a different experience from doing a Disney cruise. Now, Matt Hochberg does the Royal Caribbean blog. He does a lot of videos. He does a Q&A on Monday nights. He used to do WDW Today with Testa, Mike Scopa, Mike Newell. Great. That was a great podcast. That was one of my introductions to Disney Online was their podcast. But I understand why he is now doing cruise shows on or video cast and his blog. I get it. there's a big market for it, and he does a great job giving information. So if you're looking for information on Royal Caribbean, that's the place to go for it. Yeah,
Wow.
that's it. It was just a wonderful experience, and
Good.
we'd do it again.
I'll have to try to get on one of those cruises.
Yeah,
That and Celebrity.
yeah. I'm glad we're doing Celebrity because I want to see the difference between Celebrity, Disney, and Royal Caribbean.
I have to
Yeah.
see. My neighbor just went on another cruise. She went on an MSC, and another neighbor went on an MSC, and they both liked it.
So, and we have a neighbor here who said they went on MSC a couple of years ago, hated it. Terrible service was terrible, food wasn't good. I know they're trying very hard. Their cruises are relatively cheap compared to the others, depending on where you're going and the number of days. But I'd like to try for a 3 or 4 night cruise
Hmm.
just to see what it's like for myself.
Right.
Because I've heard they're trying to make improvements to everything. So, it's an Italian company that was a shipbuilding company. So they got into the cruise business relatively recently. So, they've got some kinks to work out, and hopefully they've started to do that. So I'd like to give it a try, because I have heard some good things from people recently too that have been on there. Yeah. Norwegian, one of our neighbors, has been on a couple of cruises to Alaska through them. Loved it. So that's another cruise line I'd like to try. Holland America is another one. But at some point, you have to settle down and pick one,
Yeah.
just for the, I guess, because you get loyalty points on these cruise lines. So if you keep bouncing around,
You
you're not
won't
going
get
to
any
build up any
loyalty
loyalty
points.
points.
No. Now so you said that you're going on the Celebrity, which is
Mhm.
owned by Royal.
Yep.
Will those
I've heard they're combining them, but I don't know if they've done it yet, and I haven't called to find out.
okay.
I will probably do that when I get closer to the cruise, because I have a couple of other questions regarding the cruise. Like on Royal Caribbean, you can bring on, we didn't, but you can bring on either two 6 packs of soda or water and 2 bottles of wine. We did bring on 2 bottles of wine. And I've heard on Celebrity, you're not supposed to, but they allow you a reasonable amount. So that could be 12, it could be more than 12. So I would just want to call them up and get it from the Celebrity um, people themselves, so I know for sure.
Hmm.
And if anybody out there knows, if you've been on one recently, please let me know. That was one of the questions I had. But there's a lot of information out there. If you want to try a different cruise than Disney, or even a Disney cruise, there's a lot of information out there. Like I said, I would definitely recommend Matt Hochberg's Royal Caribbean blog, both his website and his videos. This guy Tony who does La Lita Loca. That's another really good one. There's Don. I don't know his last name. I forgot it. He does a good show. There's so many out there. There's a lot of
Yeah.
information. So, you could look it up online, or you can look up these videos and specific to what your needs are. And there's something out there for everybody. You can find it on YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Very nice.
That's that. All
Okay.
right. Now we are going to do another show Thursday. Now we had a problem recording on why, I don't know. We still haven't figured it out. But on Thursday night we couldn't record, so that's why the show's coming up late this week. But there will be another show this week, later on in the week.
I will
John,
not be here.
I'm sorry. Oh, you won't be there. That's right.
I'll be
John,
playing at the Magic Kingdom at that Christmas party.
good, enjoy it. Yeah. No, you know what? If I had a choice to go to a Christmas party at Magic Kingdom, I'd go to. But John will be back from he went on a river cruise with the WDW radio group, and Lou Mangello and Becky and a whole bunch of other people there. So he'll be here. I'm sure we'll give him a little time to talk about that. And we've got another good topic for you. Actually, we've got a great topic for you guys next week and the week after. So you definitely want to tune in or listen in. And until next time, everybody be safe. Enjoy your week. We will be back later in the week. Oh, I did mention that before about, you can find us on YouTube too. Okay, but please give us a thumbs up. It helps us out tremendously to reach other people. And please subscribe to the show. So
Yes.
until next time, be safe, be yourself. Bye bye.
Have a magical night. Stay safe and pack that sunscreen. And definitely a rain jacket is probably still needed, and warm clothes. And Merry Christmas.